With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what is going on, guys? What is going on? It's been a few days. Of course, the weekend we usually don't go live, but welcome to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We try to be your one-stop shop for crypto technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and crypto news. On top of that, let's make sure to smash up that like, share, and subscribe button. We will be giving away some cryptocurrency for tonight's show. Simply make sure you like this video, you're subscribed to our channel, and in the comment section below, leave your RPD wallet address, Rapids RPD wallet address, or your Telegram handle if you are in the tip bot. We will be randomly drawing $10,000, whoa, not that much, 10,000 RPD winner during our next live show.
Johnny Cool.
Not much going on as far as price action is concerned, but we do have some decent topics to talk about. First of all, Ripple is getting another banking partner, and they specifically said they will be looking to use the XRapid platform, which does in fact use the XRP token or coin or whatever you want to consider it. Also, Vechain making a little bit of moves here in the price action, but on top of that, getting in with the Italian government, which feels that blockchain could fill a void that they have with some fraud that is occurring on their deliverables as far as products are concerned. And then lastly, the Nasdaq CEO comes out and says that she is bullish on Bitcoin as a global monetary unit, but believes there are a couple things that need to occur for this to really meet global adoption and mass utilization, which we all know will cause price appreciation. She talks a little bit about ErisX and how they put a lot of money into supporting that, and we all know that Backed exchange was supposed to be launching in 2 days. No official response yet from them, but I expect it to be delayed since the U.S. government is still shut down, and they need CFTC approval. What you got, Todd, before we
And
get
they're
going?
hiring a few more people over there at Back, so continuing to expand with that 182 million they got.
Yeah, they didn't even need that 182, and people were trying to throw money at them because they really see the bigger vision, see the fees they will generate. And this article, the biggest thing with this Nasdaq article is not really the content, but what it is it shows you they're starting to spend a little bit of money, and this is how it all starts. The media sentiment's going to change, then the market sentiment's going to change, and then things are really going to start getting rolling on the utilization effect, and things will hopefully start to turn around here. Obviously, the macro fundamentals that we've been talking about do not change, just the timeline has changed. With the ETF getting delayed, I expected that to occur. The final delay or approval for this VanEck one is in February, end of February, I think February 27th, so we'll see what happens there. And now with the government shutdown, you really can't foresee these things. You need CFTC approval for ErisX and Backed, and with the government shutdown, that's just not going to occur. So I expect that to get delayed once again. I think that price action probably is already built into the current price, as that is supposed to launch in 2 days, which does not seem very feasible. If by some chance on the 24th, in 2 days we wake up and Backed is like, oh, we're launching. Whoa, I don't want to know what's going to happen with the FOMO as far as Bitcoin is concerned, and those bears who have been trying to wait this out, assuming that the delaying in Backed is going to cause another price drop. Let's get going on this. Let's see what's going on in the coin market cap, and we'll throw it over to Todd so we can do some technical analysis and find you guys some good entry points into some of your favorite cryptocurrency. So the market cap is 120.5 billion. not much has changed in the past 4 days since we have done a live show. Bitcoin dominance still at 52.3%. Guys, this is why we haven't been live as much. Price action wise on the top cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, not much has happened. Now, we are active on Discord pretty often with our Patreons, trading some of these smaller cryptocurrencies and providing a wealth of knowledge pertaining to masternode stakings, EOS network, and whatever it may be. That's not only from Todd and I, but also from the individuals in that Discord. So shout out to you guys. And you know what we've been doing over the past few days. Bitcoin is up 0.73% to 36.05. XRP slight red, which is a little bit surprising. With the news that I'm about to read, usually their community comes in full force. You know, XRP in the 30 to 31 cent range, I would feel a little more comfortable if you're trading with USD. But I will tell you that XRP is very high, in my opinion, if you trade with Bitcoin and with Satoshi value. I think it is kind of long overdue and really sustaining better than a lot of the other ones, but I think it's overdue for a little bit of a drop. But again, that just depends on if you're trading with fiat or if you're trading with Satoshis, and the charts look very different with that in mind. Ethereum up 1% to $118, giving up its gains since the Ethereum Constantinople fork has been delayed. I've heard rumors now that it may occur at the end of February, so maybe if we see a little bit more of a pullback, you might want to take the time to start accumulating some ETH, because if the end of February date turns from a rumor to a fact and it does go off without a hitch, I think you are going to see a nice run there in ETH as well. Pretty standard across the board here, with EOS really leading the charge for the top cryptos, up 4%, still below the $2.50 mark. Loop Ring, big winner, up 50%. Raven Coin up 13%.
Whoa.
This is one we've talked about. I've done a full review on it. At the time, Raven Coin was 5 cents. I said, well, I would not be buying at that price, but if you were a miner, I would be mining away, as I do believe in the fundamentals behind this cryptocurrency. If you want to know a little more about it, go to our homepage, go to the review section, and give it a watch. Vechain up 10%, partially, probably due to the news I'm about to read you guys. Well, if you are in Discord or follow me on Twitter, congratulations. You got in Vechain at much lower prices during some of the sell-offs, and you have already partaken in a couple payouts from Binance as far as passive income is concerned. Waves trying to come back to life, up 10%. Waves is doing an airdrop to all holders. This is occurring. The snapshot will occur once a month over the course of a few months, starting with February 2nd. So keep an eye on that one. You might have another run-up in price here if people look into that airdrop and they are impressed with what they see. From a fundamental perspective, I've not looked that deep into the airdrop, but this is really what's going to lead Waves higher, is the airdrop and some of the utilizations they're trying to create with their current platform structure. And then lastly, the shout out to Factom. Factom has been a great trade, round-robin trade. I'll show you the thread on Twitter. Hopefully you follow me, because you bagged yourself up a lot of Bitcoin. Buying that, selling, buying, and selling a couple times, as we will see shortly. All right, Ty, let's see some technical analysis. Then we'll get into some crypto news, do a giveaway for you guys, and check out what is going on in the chat box.
All right, here's the 1 hour Bitcoin. This is the chart we've been following. We had the big rally off the low from 3150 up to 4200. We've thought that was good as long as this 3440 level held. We have came down and tested that now a couple times. If you want to first throw some technical analysis on that, we'll go back. Again, 3440 level we thought was important. We've tagged that twice over here on an Elliott wave. On these moves down, this was 5 waves, ABC, 5 waves, ABC, and 5 waves. So if you look at that, I posted this in the Discord, what was it, Sunday around noon. Same type of chart. I think what's important here is when you bring in the volume, because you can see volume continues to hit new lows, and price has been holding this 3440 level. So I was calling for a little bit lower, and then a reversal. We did get that last night, like 4 or 5 in the morning, our time. And so I think we put in that E-wave low. I would then kind of trade off of that low, because again, with the volume coming down, price holding, this is probably some type of 1-2. Yeah, this is probably a 1-2 or an A-B. If you're bearish for new lows, I'm thinking we've done an A here, a B down to here, and we could go up and do a 43, 4,400. If you're really bullish, same type of thing, 4,400, maybe a little higher, and then we could overlap just try to slowly get our way out of these lows. But I do like, if we had a spike 4 or 5 in the morning, and since then, we haven't had much of a pullback. I really think you can continue to buy this with stops at this 34.30 low, probably, if you're looking to do some short-term scalps or try to get on a low-risk trade. So, and quickly, let's go over, this is the Wyckoff wave on the stocks. I'd given a sell on Wednesday, which is marked here. Thursday, Friday, we had the big ups because of the China trade news. And then today, we had some pretty big selling coming in, Dow down 300. I think this market's rolled over. I think we'll take out this uptrend line, because if you look at like WWG, which is more of a Wyckoff wave growth, more of a Nasdaq type issue, you can see the trend line's already given away here, and a big down day today. So technometer still at 47, so I think you're going to see more selling there as well. And some reason my internet is not very good at the moment. Hold on a second. Software just kind of locked up on me. So I'll come back here in a minute, bring in some more. Here we are. Because I wanted to show, I'm short stocks. I'm also long bonds, TLT. And you can see here, technometer down here to the far right. We did a 38.79. We were below 38 today. I actually did a video, what was it, around 11 a.m. detailing while I was bullish TLT and still why I'm bearish stocks. So, and on UUP, let's go in there because I did get stopped out of that short a few days ago. I had to stop here at 25.57. Technometer's extremely overbought, so I'm tempted to go back in and short this again. I had sold this day here and covered on a stop, so I had a profitable trade. I did talk about the technometer was really oversold at the lows, which if you'd have covered there and put back out would have been a much smarter trade than what I did. But still, again, I think the dollar is still trying to top out. You could be saying this is the left shoulder here, ahead, and the right shoulder. So, again, I think short the dollar is still the trade to do. And that could get us to get this Bitcoin up to 4,400. So we'll do a few more stocks when we come back.
Perfect. Let's see what's going on in the chat box before I get into this news. Not too many questions, which is rare from this group, besides Dances Reluctantly. He says, why is everyone a mod? Well, if you tune in a few times, you ask some good questions, you provide some valuable insight, we make you a mod. If you notice, we don't see a lot of spamming, a lot of trolling in our chat box. That's because we have a dedicated community here, and the mods kind of keep the riffraff out there. That way we can continue to stack our bags and try to make some money, because that's what we're here to do. And then Clifford Chapman said he got an airdrop today from a crow on his car. So I don't think he's referring to some free cryptocurrencies, but something he's got to clean up here. And then the Outlaw Preacher says, I dare BTC to go to 4,400. Let's see if if you double dog dare it, it might just happen. Well, let's get into our first news article. Ripple and XRP. Remember, they're supposed to be two separate entities. But nonetheless, let's read on. Ripple partner reveals plans for XRapid. That is good to see. If you have not watched my review on XRP and Ripple, XRapid is actually their project that actually utilizes the XRP token, while Xcurrent does not and cannot use the XRP token. So what you're really looking for value propositions of XRP moving forward is banks, partners, merchants, whatever it may be, to use the XRapid platform. So that way they're actually transacting with the underlying XRP cryptocurrency. Ripple partner reveals plans for XRapid as trader who called crypto crash predicts big move for XRP. Catalyst Corporate Federal Credit Union is laying out its future plans for Ripple's XRP-powered XRapid. CEO Kathy Garner says the firm, which serves more than 1,400 member and client credit unions. First time I read this, I thought it said 1,400 customers. That's nothing. But no, 1,400 credit unions throughout the U.S. plans to utilize the cross-border payment solution to boost payments to Mexico. Quote, one of Catalyst Corporate's largest endeavors in 2018 was forging a strategic partnership with Ripple, the leading enterprise blockchain provider for payments. Our goal is to send international payments to Mexico via Ripple's blockchain solution. With this cooperative arrangement, known as Currents, Secure cross-border money transfers can be completed within minutes. The traditional international wire experience fails to meet today's expectations from a price, speed, and ease of use perspective. Blockchain technology, and specifically Ripple's xRapid product, resolves all three of these challenges simultaneously. We do know that others, such as Western Union, have tried out xRapid. They said there was not a significant decrease in order to take on the volatility risk of using XRP versus Ripple's xCurrent platform, in which you would just use a digital ledger technology with fiat currency. But these credit unions are saying differently. Catalyst Corporate, through our subsidiary companies' technology platforms, will leverage the XRP digital asset to transfer money across borders instantly on behalf of our 14-plus member credit unions. We have signed a production contract and are currently building out our plan. The firm has not yet revealed a launch date. Now, you guys know I'm up and down on XRP. I am happy that people are starting to use xRapid. This is a pretty good partnership nonetheless, whether you love it or you hate it. If 1,400 credit unions are all going to be looking to xRapid, utilizing XRP for international settlement transactions, particularly focusing on Mexico, that is actually pretty big. But Nick, it's just Mexico. What's going on there? Well, working in the food industry in my younger days, many individuals in the kitchen, cooks, cleaners, dishwashers, whatever it may be, are from Mexico, and they come here legally. You would hope so. But a lot of their family members stay in Mexico. So a lot of their funds, they do transfer back to their family across the borders. So with a credit union, there is probably actually a lot of volume pertaining to U.S. dollars actually leaving the country and going to Mexico. So I think that this type of partnership with 1,400 credit unions could garnish some volume for the XRP, could garnish a decent amount of utilization for the xRapid platform, and is quite a decent partnership here for Ripple moving forward. If this same exact partnership would be occurring and they said they don't know if they're going to use xRapid or if they're testing it or they're going to use xCurrent, this would mean nothing for the underlying XRP token. But right now, that is seemingly not the case. So I would have to give Ripple a thumbs up for this partnership and potential integration and usage of their blockchain moving forward.
Whoa.
All aboard!
What do we got going on in the chat box? What do we got going on? Have you guys heard anything about problems with Elasto's Bitmain mining pool? I have not heard about that. I do not follow up on Elasto's mining. If I find out more information, I'll come bring it to you live in our next live show. Lamy J says Western Union will go back and try to use xRapid once again if Cambridge FX deal goes through. There you go. And then lastly, Crypto Ground predicts that Vechain might reach $2.58 by the end of 2019. They even added their version of Vechain VET price prediction 2020. Well, they stated that VET might reach $4.10 by 2020. Right now, I think Vechain and VET is like something like a penny. Let me double check on that price. That would be a massive banger. Right now, Vechain is less than half of a penny. So those numbers are, I'm not going to say crazy. They're definitely plausible. If you do some market capitalization mathematics, it is very feasible. I'm not looking for those kind of price spikes, but I do believe VET is undervalued currently. We're going to talk about a news article here shortly. But really, it's other partnerships and integrations that they're starting to build with other governments. Even the Chinese government is taking a look at the VET technology. And of course, if you hold it on a desktop wallet or Binance, you do earn passive income on a monthly basis. I'm all about the passive income generation here in this crypto ecosystem.
What up, Hugo? I think Bitcoin goes to new highs. I guess I'd go on record for that. Maybe 30,000 max. I'm not sure. I think we can go to new highs still.
By the end of this year?
I'm not sure about that. I think there's just going to be institutional money still coming.
If you're giving no date on it, I think Bitcoin 100,000 is in the play in the next 3 years.
Right. Peter Brandt said XLM was going to zero, but Peter Brandt could change his mind tomorrow and call it a head and shoulders bottom.
A lot of people, Peter Brandt, look, he's been around for a while. He's done great in some commodities. We've butt our heads pertaining to commodities and cryptos in the past. does technical analysis, sometimes is dead on point. When he talked about the parabolic move in January of 2018 for Bitcoin, he said it broke down. Traditionally, once a parabolic move advancement is broken, you have an 80% retracement. That was dead on the money. But a lot of the technical analysis he also does, he'll say, oh, it's coiling. Well, coiling does in fact mean that a big move is going to occur. But guess what, guys? A big move in either direction. So does that really help you out? Not really. So that's kind of where we butt heads. And then, as far as technical analysis, that doesn't come into play. What I believe is most important with a lot of these cryptos is the fundamentals behind them as far as what is going to happen with the technology moving forward. And Peter Brandt has openly admitted that he doesn't understand the cryptocurrency or blockchain technology and does not ever use cryptocurrencies ever. So for XLM to go to zero, there's a lot of big backing, a lot of big partnerships, and it's already being utilized on a grain enough scale that just isn't feasible.
I don't know why
unless
you said that one.
Unless they permanently remove the XRP as the native currency on that blockchain.
I don't know where he came up with that. I'm going to take it back over because I got a chart here on GDX, which is Precious Metals Index. Some of you will say that precious metals will go up maybe with Bitcoin. This chart I'm going to go over real quick because it's kind of spot on Wyckoff. We've got preliminary support. To stop a down move, you need preliminary support, solid climax, automatic rally, secondary test. Preliminary support could have been this day here because you see red volume came in down here at the bottom to looks like kind of stopped it that day. Then you had more selling come in for a selling climax. Definitely these 4 bars here is a lot of sell volume. Easy to call that a selling climax. Automatic rally, secondary test on less sell volume. Come up for an up thrust, come down for another test. Volume 2 days here, no sell volume. And then we come in and do a jump where volume comes in. Nice bars here on the way up. Still some decent volume up here as we top out. And then we have, and that's a jump across the creek because this is a creek here and also kind of meandering down through here. So, and then this is a backup. Low volume as you can see here. And then we got the technometer at 38. That's the lowest technometer we've had since back here when we was coming down and testing the lows. So I think risk reward here looks pretty good for the metals, GDX. In the OP, you can see big volumes came in here to kind of stop this decline. As we came down to the selling climax secondary test, you can see the OP really didn't go to new lows, like somebody was accumulating there on the way down for a bigger move, and then now they're just starting to get ready maybe to flex their muscles. So I think probably GDX is a low-risk entry here for precious metals. And here's a GDXJ, which is the juniors. Same type of thing. I've been trading this thinking that we had already was trying to work our way out of here and got stopped out. I was on that ABX, American Barracks. But this chart, same thing, looks really good. You've had the buy down here on the volume, which is the reason I was buying down here. Definitely had a strength through this creek and then backing up to it. And again, 3 days ago, extremely oversold technometer, going back to the lowest oversold we've had in quite a while. So again, I think the metals can be a good play here, which maybe puts Win still behind the cryptos. Nick, did you see something? I think it was on Twitter. I can't remember where it was because somebody came out and talked about U.S. stocks didn't fall 40% in 3 months, which would have said the parabolic advance was over. Since they didn't do that, he says we're going to go sideways and then have a run to like 30,000 plus, I think he was saying. And then he's kind of the same thing as me because he was saying that cryptos cannot have a huge run to 30,000 plus unless stocks go with it and unless we keep that, low interest speculative fever in the stocks available. So he was saying stocks are going to ignite again. I do, and I've showed that on here the last week or two. I think stocks are going to go sideways here. Could be a fourth wave if you do Elliott wave and then have a fifth wave up. And then as stocks heat up, everyone wants to be long stocks again. I think money flows to cryptos. And that gets the cryptos to 30,000 plus maybe. So,
and I think I can kind of agree with that too. I don't think stocks always need to be ripping and roaring for the success of cryptos, but with the current sentiment and since we're waiting for institutional platforms to come into play, I think that a rally in the stocks will help get those things up and started. Like when one back goes online, ErisX, etc. If TD Ameritrade and ICE and all these are still doing well, people still have that speculative fever with the pot stocks and others. I think they're going to be like, oh, I got this extra money. I'll peel off 10,000, 20,000 off of my stock portfolio, move it into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and it'll keep things alive. Now, beyond that initial institutional inflow of money, I think cryptocurrency can stand alone and will grow to have its own separate value, its own separate market share, but I think for the short term, that strength in stocks will only help this market turnaround.
Because if somebody thinks stocks have made a low, we're going to go sideways here and then firm up again, I mean, they're going to be very easy to peel some money off and throw to Bitcoin. And that'll just swamp the buys in Bitcoin.
All right, let's go ahead and do this giveaway. I like giving away some coins. Let's give away some coins from our last live show where we talked about ErisX and XLM, actually. So whoever was talking about if XLM was going to zero, tune into our last live show, and we went over why and how it was added to Grayscale, an institutional product that just put its money where its mouth is with a several $million investment in XLM, and they do have to buy it off the market. That is another institutional grade individual that has belief in XLM moving forward, and I think you should probably look into that if you haven't already. All right, here we go. Let's search it. And the winner's going to be, of some rapids, Reed Lammerd. Shout out to Reed Lammerd. Whenever Todd takes the screen back, I will send you 10,000 rapids via the Rapids tip bot, all by just sending it to your Telegram handle. No wallet address is necessary. Some great things coming over there on that platform. So let's talk about Vechain a little bit. A lot of people are raving about it in the chat box right now. A lot of people think it's going to the moon. Somebody had crazy price targets over there. But what is the most recent news for Vechain? And really, this is a use case that can be applied across the board, whether it's any company, any country. Really, I mean, guys, everything is ordered. Everything is shipped nowadays. And this is the very market sector that they are targeting to prevent fraud and provide transparency to the trade industry. Auto Giant brings Vechain to Italian Ministry of Economic Development. DNVGL, the world's largest classification society with over $19 billion in revenue reported in 2017, is an integral service provider in the global logistics chain for over 13,000 vessels and mobile offshore units operating across 100 countries. Renato Grotola, the company's digital transformation director, is working closely with the National Blockchain Task Force in Italy. I don't know if the United States has this, but it's seemingly that all these other European countries, Asian countries, are creating separate government entities specifically for blockchain, and I fear that the U.S. is being left behind. They're moving slower on regulation. They're moving slower on government entities. I mean, heck, right now our government isn't even up and running. They are shut down waiting on funding for a potential wall. I guess that's still just the debate right now. They are working closely with National Blockchain Task Force in Italy to create a blockchain strategy for the government. In a video at MISE, Grotolo presents a public blockchain platform, Vechain, and shared his views on upcoming challenges and opportunities. Quote, I believe our goal is to provide a clear direction and support to help the government outline a national blockchain strategy. Vechain provides blockchain solutions to various industries, allowing independent physical audits, data collection, and verification services in order to track products and information. It works closely with DNVGL on MyStory, a Vechain-powered decentralized application that enables greater transparency and assurance in the supply chain. The New York Times reports that made-in-Italy products contribute at least 5% to Italy's gross domestic product. However, rising costs and competitions have led to malpractice risks in the supply chain. Fake items, fraud, theft, whatever it may be, and Vechain can help combat that with their technology. Blockchain-enabled solutions are designed to create the transparency required to reduce such risks. So nothing's set in stone, but this is a big-name individual presenting to the government, and they have backing from what is the world's largest classification society who made several $1 billion in 2017. I think really what this does for me is I already believed in Vechain at these lower prices. We talked about it probably on the show. Set prices are in our Discord. I believe that they have the biggest thing with a lot of these cryptos when I look at them is, are they solving a real world problem? Number one, if the answer is yes, then okay, do they have a viable solution to that problem? Yes or no? I think Vechain checks the mark. Okay, now does their underlying native cryptocurrency garnish value from the utilization of that solution? And that is the big factor. Sometimes these tokens are utility tokens that don't really garnish value from the interactions or people using the platforms. In the case of Vechain, I believe that they, especially with their recent rebrand and their new masternode structure, I believe that their cryptocurrency is tied in directly to the utilization of the network. And if more and more countries come on board, more companies start to understand this technology and really start implementing it, I think that the holders, the users, will be beneficiaries of this technology moving forward. What you got, Todd? So I can send this guy his 10,000 RPD.
Well, I really got a couple stock ideas here. I'm going to go over real quick. Square, SQ. We had talked about the sell of 66.20 when the technometer got aggressively overbought. We did go higher the last 3 days. Today, some pretty good selling coming in. Technometer's 47. So I kind of almost guess that this is a left shoulder, this is a head. When come down here, maybe do a 57, 58. If we get some selling coming in like I expect on the stocks, then I'd be a buyer of that. I've talked about on my updates, Boeing, Union Pacific, Twilio, Wing. I mean, I think some of those stocks are going to still do really well. And we'll go over that more if we do get a pullback in the stocks. Another one I thought was interesting is Tilray on the marijuana. This is the OP here is showing, you can see these red bars, but that was all consistent selling because the OP has fallen apart. You can see it's aggressively gone to new lows. Technometer was overbought here when we was doing about a 97, and it did get oversold yesterday at 77. We're 72.80 now. Interesting one to watch. Again, that's a lot of sell volume coming in, but for now it's relatively holding up. So I would think Tilray somewhere here, especially if the stocks would come down for a week or so, going to be interesting because I think you'll get another chance to buy that one. So, and what else we got going on? Might want to look at Lulu here. I don't want to go over too many stocks. We thought Lulu was getting quiet up here. It did have another run and a little bit of selling today. Technometer still at 51. So this is a strong one as well. We've talked about, gave us a buy at the lows. So technometer's worked well here. The technometer's working well on some of these growth stocks that are volatile, like Lulu or NVIDIA, some of these. So we'll talk about these as we go.
There you go.
I've got a few more.
And by the way, that winner just accidentally got 20,000. So if you're in the Telegram tip bot.
What?
Yeah, I sent it first, and I tagged our YouTube channel saying she was the giveaway winner, and I didn't think the syntax would work properly.
Cool.
So then I just did it normally, and well, she won 20,000 RPD. So shout out to you. Congratulations. Maybe you'll share the wealth if you're watching this. Do some luckies, tips, giveaways, stake those cryptocurrencies, and continue to stack those bags.
Here is a Litecoin USD. So same type of thing here. There's an arrow here. It's going to be hidden. But we had new lows on the OP. That's why we got this buy signal. And then we had the buy signal back here, 27.75. And the technometer got down here. So the technometer is 43. I mean, this is a little more bullish than Bitcoin because Bitcoin made new lows here, while Litecoin's really making higher lows or matching the lows. So again, I think Litecoin still leads us higher here short term. I'm guessing leaning that we've done an AB or a 1-2 and we're ready for a quick move here to the upside. Jack, I'll have to look if I can bring up Vodafone on those because I can add those to my software tonight.
Jack says, Nick, did you see that Waves got added to WireX out of the blue a couple weeks back? Really strange since they only have 4 other coins on there, XRP, LTC, BTC, and ETH. Yeah, that's what really kind of continued to fuel that massive rally that we saw on Waves starting in early November. It has pulled back off of that. Now it's starting to see a little bit of rally the past couple days leading into the airdrop that I talked about early in the show on starts February 2nd. I was really looking to buy on a 50% retracement, which would be another 6,000 sats lower or so. But we did have an 8% day today, so obviously I did not get filled there. I'm interested in waves. I'm interested in the waves platform. If there's a massive run-up, I really don't care that much about the airdrop, to be honest. If there's a massive airdrop, sell it for profits, guys. Don't be silly, and try to get waves again on the pullback. And that's about all I can say currently. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to get to the 50% retrace levels, especially if Bitcoin does happen to firm up here, and that was the E on maybe a possible 1-2, getting ready to move to the upside. Steve Waustecki said, ever use dominance charts for trading instead of fiat crypto pairings? Just Google coin dominance charts to find the site. What about you, Todd? I use USD pairs and BTC pairs. I trade in USD and Satoshis. I've not personally traded off of coin dominance charts. But it looks like Todd is writing that down to take a look. Always looking for another way to get our edge in this market.
Yeah, I never have done that, no.
Maverick Gold says, how much do you think the coin burn for ANON will affect the price action? I'm trying to get 10,000 ANON for the masternode. Now, if you are an ANON holder, this is a privacy coin. The previous, you need 500 ANON coins for a masternode. They are upping it to 10,000. They're also having a coin burn. I think it's set for January 29th. I thought that both of those dynamic would put some fuel behind, some fuel on the flames here for the price action. But here's the big kicker. Although they are reducing the coin supply dramatically, I think they're burning something like 9 million coins. Their biggest liquidity pool, their biggest exchange, and their most volume was Cryptopia. Womp, womp, womp. We all know what happened to Cryptopia. Cryptopia is still down. So I think that makes it a lot harder for accessibility purposes for individuals to want to put more money to up their masternodes, number one. Maybe they don't have any of the other exchanges it's listed on. It's listed on other small exchanges. Number two, people probably have a bitter taste in their mouth, don't know whether or not they have their ANON that was on Cryptopia because Cryptopia still has not provided that info or come back online. And then number three, with the bear sentiment in the market, ANON had some bad timing as far as forking from ZCL, really at the peak of the bear market, and has seen its price dip dramatically. I think currently it is around 13 cents, rallying off that 10-cent level, but the volume without Cryptopia is below $1,000, I think, right now. So we'll see what happens. If you believe in a bull run, if you believe in ANON and their founder, Crypto King, I had an interview with him. If you guys want to check that out on the homepage, then if you're getting close, I don't think accumulating for masternode is a bad idea, but I don't think you should expect a massive rally leading into the coin burn just because their main liquidity network in Cryptopia is offline. Got anything to add, Todd? I got one more news article I can read. You guys throw out some coins you want Todd to look at on the charts, and we'll go over that right after I read this brief article pertaining to the Nasdaq CEO being a little bit bullish on Bitcoin. And let me tell you something. A lot of smart money investing in the traditional markets and on the institutional level. And if you think that retailers got greedy when Bitcoin went to 20,000, just wait till you see Wall Street greed and what it can do to the valuation of some commodities. That's all I'm about to say.
Whoa!
Nasdaq CEO says Bitcoin and crypto could become the global currency of the future.
Whoa.
Now, she does bring it back a little bit to reality, putting in some things that need to occur for that to happen. But for her to even go on record with that statement as the CEO of Nasdaq is a pretty big deal. In a new post on LinkedIn, Nasdaq CEO Adena Friedman says Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are groundbreaking innovations that deserve to become part of the global economy. Quote, the invention itself is a tremendous demonstration of genius and creativity, and it deserves an opportunity to find a sustainable future in our economy. We would argue that two key ingredients to establishing a practical utility and a more stable value are governance and regulatory clarity, both of which are antithetical to the original intent as a decentralized, ungoverned global currency. At Nasdaq, we are working to help cryptocurrencies gain investors trusted by offering our technology for trade matching, clearing, and trade integrity to start up exchanges. We have also invested in ErisX. This is a big deal. This is number 2 bullish catalyst on my list. Back number 1, ErisX number 2, Bitcoin ETF number 3. An institutional marketplace for cryptocurrency spot and futures. While this year will be another proving ground for cryptocurrencies, we believe digital currencies will have a role in the future. The extent of its impact will depend on the evolution of regulation and broader institutional adoption. We are seeing that people from all over the globe are starting to use Bitcoin, but not on that grand of a scale as of now. We are seeing some great use cases coming out of third world countries and countries in need like Venezuela, where they're starting to use Bitcoin and Dash on a daily basis in order to store wealth and to transact. Even at, what did Dash have? It was a fried chicken place or something like that. Cane's Chicken or KFC now accepts Dash payments. With several thousand competing cryptocurrencies vying for investor attention, the world of crypto has gone through the first phase of the classic invention life cycle, marked by early pioneers, followed by hype, which we already saw that, followed by proliferation of newcomers, and then a dose of reality. What comes next is one of two outcomes. Either one, the innovation finds practical utility, followed by years of steady and sustainable commercial progress and integration into the economic fabric. Example, what happened with the internet. When nobody knew about the internet, people said the internet was dead, going to die, had no purpose, and look where we're at today. You probably couldn't live a day without the internet, and definitely couldn't be watching us without the internet. Or number 2, the invention fails to achieve broad adoption, and its commercial applications as medium of exchange are limited. Example, the Segway. Now, personally, I believe that there's a much higher likelihood that number 1 is what occurs, just because the monetary policy. Now, are cryptocurrencies some going to fail? Yes. So you're already seeing some fail. They didn't have treasury. They were vaporware, exit scams, whatever it may be. That's why we're trying to get you guys into the fundamentally sound projects that have higher TA objectives as well, because we all like to make that money. But Bitcoin in general, the monetary policy is flawed. You're seeing that on weaker economies. Venezuela, Iraq, Turkey, even Australia is having some issues with monetary policies. And who's to say that the big dogs like China, Europe, UK, and the United States can't fail? They just keep printing money, guys. I know we're, $23 trillion in debt. At some point, I think there needs to be some kind of solution in the monetary ecosystem. And cryptocurrencies bring that with a finite supply, finite inflationary rate. And really, we'll see if the supply and demand continues to rise moving forward.
I see no problem with BAT. I mean, they got the 180 million. They're adding on. The government shutdown's hurting them a little bit, but I think there's just a lot of I's to dot and T's to cross and a lot of shit to get done right. So
I think you're referring to Jack saying, "I'm worried about BACT is going to be the LitePay letdown equivalent for the whole ecosystem. All hype, no bite." The thing with the LitePay was the Litecoin Foundation put money into that, and it just ceased to exist. The difference here is BACT is actually owned by ICE, one of the most recognized name and intercontinental exchanges in the world, with over 23 marketplaces. They're not going anywhere, guys. And on top, the 182 million was like a secondary, third, fourth, fifth funding for them, which they really didn't even need the money, but they probably figured, hey, government shutdown, we're probably going to get delayed. Might as well take 182 million and then build out more products and platforms for when the market sentiment decides to turn around and regulatory guidance comes into the market. I have no fear there. It's big money, big companies, big investors, and I think it's very different from LitePay, as LitePay was a scam outright, is pretty much what happened.
Yeah, everybody needs to get
all aboard
back. I'm going to show the XMR chart here. Somebody asked about that. I mean, really, it's the same chart as Bitcoin. We had these lower lows. I mean, it held up above the previous low here at 43. And again, I think you can be long that. If you want to be cute, put a stop here at the 43.75. If you're trying to accumulate for longer term, I'd still just buy it here and hold. So,
got some interesting questions here a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Maverick Gold says, it sounds like you're saying it would be better to finish the Zen supernode before a 10,000 ANON masternode. Depends on how close you are. I think Zen has lower risk. That is for sure. I think that Zen is going to provide, it's going to be a privacy ecosystem rather than just a privacy coin, but it is going to have a lower ROI as far as return on investment. So that is up to you. I think Zen would be the better investment and has the better potential future, or lower risk potential future, that's for sure. What else we got here? Ricardo says, let's say you got 2K, Todd. You want to invest between ADA and TRX. Now, here's the kicker. Who's going to be worth more in 5 years? Here's what I would say.
I'll take ADA.
For 5 years, that's the kicker. ADA is going, not which one might be. I think ADA is going to be worth more than Tron. Tron is, I use it as a trading coin. Sometimes I really start to kind of believe in it, and then I see some red flags, so I don't. I think Tron has the potential for another continuation rally here with the, whatever it is, BitTorrent token that is going to be airdropped to their holders and going to be supported by Binance and Binance Lab. This thing is going to be shilled over the coming days until this airdrop occurs. So I think TRX in the short term might outpace ADA, but in 5 years from now, I believe that ADA will have a lot more development behind it and have a higher market capitalization and value of the token, or coin in that case.
Right, back collected the 180 million. They're not going to run out of funding. I mean, they're here to stay. That's not a worry. That's all I got.
That's really about all I got, too. We had the giveaway. Shout out to the winner because you got double winnings. We're going to give away another 10,000 RPD for this video. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, well, you can enter, so you better hit that subscription button. Also, smash that like button on this video and leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD public wallet address, or just simply leave your Telegram handle and join the Rapids tip bot, and I can give it to you with the click of a button. We went over a lot of technical analysis, some news, some fundamentals, some great questions out of you guys. We'll sit here another couple minutes, see if anything pops up, and then we'll get on out of here and enjoy the rest of our night. Thanks for tuning in, even though we haven't been active the past few days, as guys, because the market hasn't been very active. It's a 24/7 market that has gone nowhere.
I'm going to go back and show this one more time, the GDX chart. I like the way that one looks, so I'm going to still push that. Precious metals, I think, will probably do this thing here. So
All aboard!
Get on board.
Josh says, can U.S. citizens receive the BTT airdrop on Binance? Look, I don't know. All I know is all airdrops, all monthly dividend payouts that I get on Binance, I'm a U.S. citizen, and I've gotten them. Now, people can be like, oh, you can use a VPN. Well, a VPN does not affect your KYC on the exchange, so that won't really help you. Everything that I've heard so far is every account is going to be accepting the BTT token. I'll take a look a little bit deeper. That really never crossed my mind, as, like I said, on a monthly basis, I get passive income from Binance, and I've not failed to receive any airdrops that they said that they would support. NBK Crypto says ADA is a serious platform. Yes, it isn't relying on hype. It is slow developing, but they're doing things right, and I think they have some real innovation there. Now, they kind of get the cold shoulder sometimes due to lacking the hype, the quick innovation, and the market price implication. But like I said, if you're doing a 5-year span, I'll take ADA over Tron.
The thing is, people have been hurt so bad by the cryptos. I think people are going to sell as we have a strong rally. They're going to be anything they get back, if they can recover their losses or whatever, they're going to sell. And then I think they're going to miss the bulk of the real rally.
That's when the big dogs take your lunch money right there. Hey, you got some money back, you're break even, you made some profits, that's cute. Now watch this thing go to the moon.
It's going to be tough on this next rally because you're going to want to take some off.
Lammy J says, does anyone know where I can short TRX? I do not know that, Lammy J. Look, we traded near the top. It had a nice dip, but it is rallying once again. I would be careful. Because Justin Sun is going to be shilling the heck out of that. BitTorrent is going to be shilling it. People are going to be shilling that, trying to pump it up. And with these low volume conditions, plus maybe a little manipulation, I think it might rise a little higher. So you want to be careful here. If you time it right, man, I think it is going to be catastrophic for those who are just hodlers in this market. And Jack says LTC can jump 4 places in market cap race very quickly. If it pops, I can dream. LTC, I believe, is still a solid project and one that should be in your portfolio. And LTC will be finding its way onto several institutional platforms, which will help new money have easy access to that crypto once again. There we go. And Jack says he feels like Poloniex will let you short TRX, so go check that out. Todd, do you have any last words?
Buy GDX.
Buy GDX. Check
and
it
buy
out.
Buy Bitcoin, buy Litecoin.
Check us out. Our Twitter handles are there in the bottom left if you want to have more access to us, and we do tweet more often than not. And if you want more 24/7 access in these trying times in the market, feel free to join our Patreon and join our growing group over on Discord. Shout out to all the new members. And we will, I think, be probably doing a Patreon-only live show instead of this public show for Thursday, as our Patreons do get at least one show a month where it's only their questions, a small group of individuals to make it more personal. So maybe at the same time, same bat station this Thursday. But we will see you guys tomorrow live at 6:30 p.m. Central. So until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peace out.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.